Michael, you're joining me, your favorite guy in the media, Andy Hart, along Ted Johnson.
I'm his favorite.
Fitzy Stevens.
Only one of us sends him beer. The other two guys are Ted and Andy.
Yeah, I don't have to buy him off. He just likes me. I don't know if you were listening.
Listen to this.
If you caught a little bit on hold, but I have brought up the question as to whether Josh McDaniels' coaching staff, if it is indeed his coaching staff,
Oh, my God.
could it have too many veteran former head coaches? Could there be too many cooks in the kitchen? Is this going to be a new leadership experience for him running an offense with guys like Doug Marrone, Ben McAdoo, Thomas Brown, sort of injecting their opinions?
The short answer, yes.
I am the smartest man alive.
Mike, why? I paid you $500 for a no, please.
Oh, you should have texted me, and I would have gone to your. I'm easily bought off. No,
your Venmo, yeah.
Look, Josh does things Josh's way, and Josh's way obviously grew up under the Belichick thing, and but there was a period in time there where he had advanced so far that, as we've talked about before, Bill would turn his back on the offense when they were out there because he just trusted that Josh knew what he was doing and had a handle on situations, and never called him head coach offense, but that's kind of what he did, right, for a lot of years.
Yep.
And this is Mike Vrabel's team. He's got his fingerprints all over it, which it should be. He's the head coach. He's the guy that you hired to resuscitate the franchise after the last few years, including obviously what we went through, what they went through, I should say. Not we covered it. They lived it in terms of, the depths that they've fallen there. And he's got a clear vision of what he wants. And Josh is going to be under his thumb just like everybody else is there. So you add all these other pieces, I'm just curious at how it's all going to fit and connect. There's not a ton of actual overlap between these guys. It's a friend of a friend type thing. And we just lived the friend of a friend thing. There's a lot more experience on this staff, but that's going to be an interesting dynamic for sure.
Well said, Michael.
Well, I was going to follow up with that, Michael, that don't you also believe in the prospect or potential of something like humility, like perhaps maybe Josh McDaniels, as confident as he may be in his own abilities to call offense, scheme up and design plays, grow Drake May, etc., may have been embarrassed, even if he was well compensated, out in Las Vegas, and coming back here will help restore a little pride, luster, the resume, etc., and also he'll try to be as collaborative as possible because when he got a little too autonomous and high on himself in Vegas, he crashed and burned a second time. He's not head coaching anytime soon.
It wouldn't appear that way, for sure. Based on not only what happened in Vegas, but then if you want to go back further, obviously a lot further, he was a young man at that point in Denver. That didn't go well either. But I just think when things start to go wrong, and they invariably will go wrong during the course of a season, even when you're good, you have to, as Ted can certainly speak to, is that there's going to be adversity within the course of a week, a game, multiple weeks, a season, whatever it may be. What is the tendency of people in moments when things get a little uncomfortable?
Wasn't my fault. It wasn't me.
Yeah, exactly. Or you take the other approach is we're doing this collaboratively and it's not working. So I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of. I'm going to do what I do because I've been really good at doing that. So does he shut other people out? Again, we're I don't want to we're trying to foresee the future here, but these are things that you have to think about and we'll have to think about during the course of the season, depending on how things play.
Interesting stuff. This is something that I just wasn't expecting, but you know what? I value your opinion, Mr. Mike Giardi. So
especially when he agrees with me.
Right, there you go.
Was he talking about our radio show or the Patriots? I was curious.
But Mike, I'm looking at your Twitter feed, and it looks like you're down. It's football heaven down there. I mean, just looking at all these prospects. But you have a video of this. Oh my goodness, this outside linebacker from Marshall, Mike Green, who just jacked up this poor offensive tackle. Looked like a pig on ice. But he 17 sacks in his senior year. I guess what I want to ask you, Mike, is as far as edge rushers, because I think that is a big need for this team.
I agree.
Is there guys that are maybe jumping out that you see that you like that maybe the Patriots should go pursue in the draft this year?
This is a loaded defensive line class. We're talking edges. We're talking interior guys. So, like, look, it's, on the whole, the draft isn't as sexy because there's no, like, this great quarterback, this franchise, altering quarterback or multiples as you had last year. There's no Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson from a receiver, hype train, Malik Neighbors, that sort of thing. But I thought the offensive line's better than I thought it was going to be. And I think the defensive line is stacked. Green is a fascinating, like, you just watch him. And that was Josh Connerly, who is a borderline first-round pick, the tackle out of Oregon.
Not anymore.
Some people think, well, I still thought he had a pretty good week. But like, he got absolutely smoked. He was thinking he was going to get some speed and,
he got power right up under his chin.
Yeah. But so he only did the 2 days and then he tapped out because he showed enough people. And that's unfortunately part of what happens in these bowl games, if you will, the Shrine game and this game.
Well, they end up not playing in the actual game. They just do the practices.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, last year, Bo Nix and Michael Penix showed up, and they were there for 2 or 3 days, and then they left. So Green did 2 days, was awesome for 2 days, and then, on the advice of his agent, he's out, feeling like I'm in the first round now securely, and I agree with him. I think he is. Shamar Stewart, who is like 6'5", 281, go gadget arms, wingspan, like, is ridiculous. He's an interesting dude because his production at Texas A&M was not great.
4.5 sacks and 30. Yeah.
He doesn't know how to. Well, I shouldn't say he doesn't know how to tackle. He's not very good at tackling, but I don't know. Like, I don't think it's a will thing. I think it's a technique thing, and I think that can be. So, Ted, you could tell me better than that, but I feel like he could be taught that. But from an athleticism standpoint, he made a play that I think I put it in the story yesterday, or maybe it was today. I don't know. All the days are blending together. Where he blew by the LSU right tackle, not Will Campbell because he's not here, the other kid, and just took the ball out of the quarterback's hands. And it happened in about a second. Like, it was like a blur. And then this, to me, was the best part of it, is he was facing the side where all the scouts and the coaches are. The media's on one side, all the coaches are on the other. They don't let us intermingle anymore, at least during practice. They used to, not anymore. So he makes this play, ball's bouncing on the ground. He just beats his chest and he's yelling towards the coaches and scouts and front office people that I am him. He used more colorful language than that, but that's what he did.
Okay, bro. I like it.
He's another guy who left. He did 2 days and then he's gone. He knows he's very secure in the first round, and he left. But those two guys certainly jumped off the page.
Mike Giardi, Boston Sports Journal, is joining us here on WEEI Afternoons. Michael, what's the best piece of Patriots buzz, intel, observations that you've picked up down there? And it doesn't have to be the quality that you would write. So if it's just rumors, feel free to it's just us talking. We're just chatting over a beer.
Out here on the fence post talking.
We turn the speakers off. It's fine. It's just us.
Listening to it.
I like that. I appreciate that. So yes, in our tree of trust tree here, I would say one of the things that has really stood out to me in talking to people is and I think we've talked about this leading up to it, is the amount of control that Mike has over the entire operation, and some of the interactions that we had with him, that other people have had with him, that more importantly the people in the building have had with him. Like, Mike is a strong personality, as you know, Ted.
Yep.
And he's constantly like sort of pushing and prodding, like where's the weak spots, and trying to sort of weed out, whether it's, people on the staff, front office people, support people, and certainly he's going to get there with the roster. And I think that's one of the things that I sort of came away with, is his overall control level, and also the feeling, a strong feeling, a belief, if you will, that the roster is going to look a lot different than some of the guys that were quote unquote core pieces. Probably not going to be core pieces, maybe as soon as this trading season, this offseason. So I think that's going to be fascinating.
Mike, wanted to get your quick reaction to a little NFL news that broke over the last couple of minutes. Not sure if you saw this. I know you host an excellent podcast, the All 32, with our friend Will Parkinson, Jets fan. Mm-hmm. The Jets have actually just named their new offensive coordinator. It's Lions pass game coordinator, Tanner Engstrand. So the Jets actually have a new OC. What do you think about that?
I think they wanted Nick Caley, and Nick Caley told them, nope, and Nick Caley's on the same staff currently in L.A. under Sean McVay. Obviously got more responsibility. Patriots, as we know, were interested in him for the offensive coordinator position last year. But also on that staff is Mike LaFleur, who was the offensive coordinator for the Jets a few years ago and really sort of got left out to dry. And I'm sure that there were conversations in that building between Mike and Nick that said, dude, it doesn't matter who they put in charge. As long as the owner is still the guy, there's going to be problems there. And obviously we saw the big Athletic story about Woody's sons being involved in Madden ratings and all this nonsense. So I think that there was just a definite, don't do it. And Tanner is a young up-and-coming guy who worked under Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell, and Aaron obviously knows him well from the last couple of years.
Yep.
And he's one of those guys that's considered a future head coach. So, pretty good pass if he can figure out who the quarterback is, which isn't going to be easy.
Nope, certainly not. Mike, I'm just curious. With the Patriots, I think, to maybe make that number 4.
No, we got sent to Mike's hold music.
What the hell just happened?
That's not the first time it's happened with Giardi. He's back.
Mike?
You there?
Hey, yeah, it was weird.
That was strange.
Would you put us on hold?
Good,
you got a better option?
Apparently my big fat head just put you on hold.
Okay, we're good. We're good. Everybody's okay. We're fine.
I'm stop hyping you up.
Well, we had some turbulence, but we're fine. I'm curious. I feel like the Patriots need one of these quarterbacks to kind of show out, so that maybe it makes that 4th pick more enticing. Maybe somebody wants to come up and deal with them. Last year, Bo Nix, a lot of people considered him maybe a 2nd rounder. And but he had good performances at Pro Day and in the Senior Bowl and was able to go 12th overall. Any quarterback play that you've seen so far at the Senior Bowl that you think is surprising people that will maybe they'll go higher than maybe what they originally thought before the Senior Bowl started this week?
So there's a lot of Jackson Dart buzz in Mobile, the Ole Miss quarterback, and I like him a lot. I like in college at least. That offense is a lot different, Lane Kiffin's offense, than what you would do in the pros. And quite frankly, I think he's just an okay here. And I've seen the tweets, Dan Orlovsky, some other people saying he's a 1st-round guy now. I'm not sure I'm there, but as we know, these guys get overdrafted. It happens all the time, and he's probably gonna be the latest example of somebody who ends up getting picked, somewhere in the 1st round when he's probably more of a late 2nd-round guy.
Mike Giardi, Boston Sports Journal. We appreciate all the honest information. I also appreciate your support on my argument.
I feel like he supported me, too. I think he kind of rode the fence there a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because he said Mike is his own guy. Yeah. He was supporting a lot of the things.
He supports everyone. He's a nice guy.
Just tell me what I want to hear about Tez Johnson. Too small but can move, right, Mike?
Oh, he's so small, though. He's 156, man. 156 is crazy. You got to be 1% of 1% to be
it's true.
A legit NFL player. Otherwise, you're just a bit part.
Mike, enjoy the rest of your time in Mobile, and we'll talk to you next week. Travel safe.
Thank you, sir.